What's going on, everybody? Ballard here, coming at you with another mock draft video. I got quite a few ideas for this. And again, I'm not ready to give out any of my official mock draft yet. I do have round one set, but I think I'm going to wait till sometime in March to share it. But it is ready. But what I'm gonna do the next 2 videos, at least as far as the draft goes, we're gonna do one here where we do a mock draft for round 1, but we're picking for AFC only, doing every team from Baltimore down to the Titans, who again, obviously are up at the top. And then we're going to do the NFC in a separate video for the first round. And we're just going to kind of see how this goes. Think about it like this. I'm not picking every pick, by the way, in this mock draft. I'm only picking 16 picks here. Um and I guess I might do a trade. Like I said, I'm not one to mess with it too much. I might, but I'm not a trade expert when it comes to the draft. It's just fun to predict. And fun to see where guys land. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, we are on the clock here. Let's keep the Titans at number one. They do need a quarterback. They also do need a corner. Travis Hunter there at the board. Um, yeah, we could. I guess. I guess we could give him Travis Hunter and see where we go from there. Now we're on the clock with Cleveland. They desperately need a quarterback. Cam Ward, Shador Sanders. I'm gonna take. I think it's obvious what New York's gonna do. They're gonna take whoever we don't take at quarterback between Shador and Cam. I think that's obvious. I at least think. So let's say I'm gonna roll with Cam Ward here for the Browns. I'm sticking with it. I might switch that up in my official mock. I'm not sure. I think what they would do is go with Shador Sanders, but Cam Ward, you've been waiting on your moment for quite some time, sir, and it's finally here. And Shador does go to the Giants, of course. We are on the clock with the next four picks: the Pats, the Jags, the Raiders, and the Jets. Offensive tackle is a need. Wide receiver is a need. I like Drake May at quarterback. We either need to get him protection here or a weapon. I really feel like the Patriots are going to invest in their quarterback. And with that being said, um, I'm going to say they build the O line here. That is their biggest need is offensive tackle. Will Campbell's on the board from LSU. Let's take him. Reject trades. Number 5, we got the Jaguars. Offensive tackle is a need. So is wide receiver. So is offensive guard. And so is defensive tackle. They've needed defensive tackle for quite some time. I do like some of the guys on defense for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think they're in a good position, though, to where they're really a player or two away from all of that. When I look at the Jags and you look at their lead tackler last year was Devin Lloyd, who was third or second year player out of Utah, led in tackles. But they, I mean, the best defensive tackle they got is Devon Hamilton from Ohio State. And he's been around a good while, but I feel like they really need to work on pass rush overall. They could either go edge here or defensive tackle. Abdul Carter's the best available. They really don't need that. They really need it on the interior. I'm going to go Mason Grant. Reject, 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 reject. Okay, quarterback is a need for the Raiders, and we still got a couple good ones out there. Quinn, Jackson, Jalen Milrow, of course. Um, they do need a running back. I will say that. And again, none of this is my official mock, but if I am taking a big need for them, I could go to Terriella McMillan for wide receiver or Ashton Genty of Boise State. I could see them going with Genty here. I really could. He's the 8th overall player. They're picking at number 6. Let's pick him up before the Jets get a hold of him or somebody. Even though the Jets do have Brees Hall. Oh, they want to trade with the Bucks. I'd love to help my team out, but uh no trades though. No trades. So after this, we won't pick again until 13. Let's go. Let's give him Abdul Carter. He's still on the board. Jets need desperate pass rush. Got to give it to him here. Tyler Warren to the Saints. James Pierce. McMillan to the Cowboys, previous pick. Okay, the Dolphins, offensive guard, offensive tackle. I'm going to go Kelvin Banks of Texas here. Give Tua some protection. Put him at right tackle or something. Get his blind side up. Get him protection big time. God knows he needs it. Not trying to disrespect my boy Tua, but we know the truth. I'm gonna give him or could you pair up now, I don't think Tyler Booker was at Alabama when Tua was there, but could you get an Alabama guy here? 14, 15, 16, and 17, and we're at 13. I'm gonna take a steal on Tyler Booker. Reject trades. Tyler Warren went to the Saints. We saw that. That kind of ruins the Colts here, unless they do want Colston Loveland. We won't pick again till 17. Uh, offensive center, guard, tackle, all. I guess we could. Let's take. I don't know. What do we go with here, guys? Colston Loveland. Is it a steal? They do desperately need tight end help. We'll take the highest rated tight end. He is 24th overall, though. Luther Burden to the Falcons. Makeel Williams to Arizona. Bucks are really looking to trade. I guess I could trade back with the Bucks this time. Let's see what they do with 17. Jalen Walker. Okay. So now we pick uh 4 straight. And we're gonna go for the Bengals here. They desperately need some defense, and I like drafting sturdy defensive guys for teams like this. I really think they can use the pass rush. I've had my heart set on Derek Harmon for the Bengals in my personal mock draft. Transferred from Michigan State. Um, just so many good numbers: 4 sacks, 39 tackles. So much to love about him. He's great getting off his blocks. He's fast. He hits hard. He loves to get after the quarterback and stop the run game in the backfield, and that's going to be very important in the AFC Let me get this right, the AFC North, because you'll have the Browns, the Steelers, and the Ravens. I like Derek Harmon here. Okay, tight end is needed, running back is needed. Broncos need a lot of help. They also need a corner and a linebacker on defense. They could use an extra wide receiver for Denver, of course. When I look at it, I say that you got Bo Nix at at quarterback, and that's really good. They got Cortland Sutton as a wide receiver, but they really don't have a go-to tight end. The best one they had last year was Adam Trotman, and he's not bad. I mean, he had 2 touchdowns, but only 13 receptions. I think they need a go-to tight end. Um, but also you got Cortland Sutton, and then really that's it for their wide receiver core. So I'm gonna get them a receiver. I personally would take Ibuka first, but Matthew Golden's pretty good, very explosive. Um, he's not really the best as a run blocker. Ibuka could be, but I really don't know. Let's let's give him Ibuka here. Like I say, I think he's probably the top receiver in this draft. At least between the two after Luther Burden and whoever, but I'll go Ibuka. Okay, Steelers do need a quarterback. Jalen Milroe's on the board. Who else is out there? Matthew Golden. I could go Matthew Golden. I could also go O line. They could easily pick up a quarterback on day 2 with Quinn or Jalen. They don't need to take it this early in the draft on day 1, right? Like by the time it's round 1 in the draft for the Steelers, I I I would not be surprised if they skip on a quarterback, but I also would not be surprised if they found their franchise guy early. Imma help their secondary out here. I'm gonna go this Siobhan Ravel from East Carolina, I should say. He's really, really good. He's very physical. He's got a high football IQ. There's so much. He's 6'1", 188. I say you get him in the weight room a little bit, let him beef up a bit. But he hits hard. He has a knack for getting after the football. Siobhan Reveal, ladies and gentlemen, or Revel. I don't know what you would call him, or what his last name is. Uh, Chargers need a corner. Of course, the Steelers took that. We have 2 picks off after this. They do need an extra wide receiver. When I look at the Chargers, Jim Harbaugh has Justin Herbert, has J.K. Dobbins, has Lad McConkey from last year. Um, of course, has TCU's Quentin Johnson. They say they need a receiver at some point. They don't really have a go-to running back outside of Dobbins, but Dobbins is pretty good. Honestly, like I would say you get a hard-hitting corner or safety. I'm gonna take Benjamin Morrison of Notre Dame. So the Texans, obviously CJ Stroud, they have him. I'm gonna take one of these tackles. Armand Membo from Missouri is really, really solid. They do need a guard too. They need a strong defensive tackle. but I think that the Texans, with their first few picks, are gonna wanna invest in their quarterback. Let's go. On the clock with the Ravens. The Ravens on the clock here. Need a corner, need an offensive tackle, need a receiver at some point, need an extra linebacker. I look at the Baltimore Ravens, they come off a 12-5 record. Very, very good. Why they didn't make the AFC title? Because they just I mean, they're one of those guys that's just a playmaker away, honestly. Um, they got Derrick Henry, they got Roquan Smith, Marlon Humphreys and company. They really need a corner outside of Marlon Humphrey, though. Not none of these guys are worth taking in this first round. Any linebackers? Jahad Campbell could play alongside Roquan Smith. I like the sound of that. Why do I feel like that could be a really good, just combo? He's very dynamic. He could be used at middle. He could be used outside, inside. You can use Jahad Campbell wherever. I'll take him. Bills need a corner, need a safety, need an edge. Uh, that's where Mike Green could come in. They could use a receiver or OC. Again, those guys are too high. Not in terms of, I just say with the way they're ranked, it'd probably be too high to take them. But for the AFC, and for the Bills' sake here, I'm gonna go with Mike Green of Marshall. Sounds like a good name. He's rising up the boards pretty quickly. I like him as a prospect, possibly for my Buccaneers. Um, I see him as a late day one, early day two type of guy. And I think just for the sake of their needs, like, unless you go after like Kenneth Grant or somebody, but because I feel like on the inside of the defense for the Bills, it's about building depth. For the outside edge, for someone like Mike Green, we'll take him. But I would say that's for immediate playmakers. They need that. Last pick of the draft here for us, doing AFC only. We are going to look at the Chiefs. They need an offensive tackle. They desperately need a defensive tackle. I really want to take Walter Nolan here. I think he has potential to go in this first round. Him or Kenneth Grant from Michigan or Tyleik Williams. But Walter Nolan's been around quite a bit. He was previously at Texas A&M. He's 6'3", 293. Um, he just he was so good last year, and he's very fast, he's physical, he hits hard, but he's also one of those guys that gets better every time you see him. Walter Nolan, if he's that good, I would not pass this up if I'm the Chiefs. Give me Walter Nolan. And Ariante Esse for or Ursary for the Eagles. So the picks that we did not um take, we did AFC only. Let's see. So we did Ibuka for Denver. We did Derek Harmon, Cam Ward, Mike Green, and so on and so forth. This is a good draft here. I like this. We're going to do another edition of this with all NFC teams, and we might end up with some of the same players, but because when I'm doing these mock draft simulations, I'm really just going off based on this is how I feel at this particular time. So, but that'll do it for this video. Be sure to hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Really love and appreciate all of you out there. All AFC mock in the books for round 1, 2025. All NFC mock up next. Love y'all. God bless.